We're in Opelousas, Louisiana at Copper Crown Training Center. This is home every day. And I guess it's like having your own team. I'm the general manager, head coach, whatever you want to call it. And I know for me, it helps fill that competitive void that I guess people have trouble filling whenever they're done playing. And this is something third generation I've always done, and it's competitive, that's for sure. There's something about animals, and for me it's the racehorse aspect. It's good for the soul. It's good for my soul. And you're trying to prepare your horse to be the best that they can be whenever they do run. This is the process. It's every day, and I love the everyday process of it. I absolutely love it.
My colors has a Carolina blue theme to it. And my silks, what the jockeys wear when they ride, it's all white with a black football outline, you know, with the Panther blue.
Former quarterback Jake Delhomme's love for horses has been in his blood for as long as he can remember.
Horse racing is not something that I just stumbled upon. It's something I was born into. My grandfather, Sanders Delhomme, was the originator. And so that got passed on to my dad, Jerry. And then Jeff and I, my brother and I, just we did the same thing.
I didn't demand that they come to the barn. They had no chores, but they ended up doing chores. If you came, you're going to do something. And that's how they got started. And I don't feel that I pushed them. They developed it on their own.
It never seemed like work. We had a barn behind the house. And so spent many hours at the barn, and that was something that, I don't know, I loved it. This is my little piece of paradise. Old barn, spent many hours back here with the horses, shoveling poop, cutting grass, putting the horses on the wheel. You know, the barn's been here. We haven't, used it in 15, 20 years. A lot of stories in that barn.
Delhomme's football story began just steps away from the family barn.
Had a tree not far over here where I had a rope hanging with a tire. So I would throw footballs through the tire, and then I'd come to the barn, and then if I probably got in the way, I was probably told to go do something else. I went throw the football again.
The boy who once threw footballs through a tire in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, eventually made it down the road to New Orleans as a member of the Saints. And in Week 16 of 1999, he made his first career start against the playoff-bound Cowboys.
The Saints have scored one of the biggest upsets of the season with Jake Delhomme playing in his first game in the NFL.
Jake, before this game, people can hardly pronounce your name. Now they'll never forget it. To do it in New Orleans, being from Louisiana, it's a dream come true, and it's got to be a Merry Christmas.
Delhomme started just one more game for the Saints before leaving New Orleans for Carolina in 2003. He was originally slated to be the backup to Rodney Peete, but trailing 17-0 at halftime in Week 1, Delhomme was called into action.
Delhomme, play action, back to throw, fires over the middle, loose, touchdown! Hey, we got a ball game. Here's Jake back in the pocket to throw, looks, floats it up for Steve Smith, up, he grabs it, he's in the end zone! Now we got a touchdown! So it's come down to this, 22 seconds on the clock. They trail Jacksonville by 5. Delhomme fires for Pro in the end zone. Touchdown! An incredible come-from-behind victory.
What a statement by Delhomme.
Who's Jake Delhomme? Peyton Manning, Donovan, Jake Delhomme.
Who's Jake Delhomme? Well, he's the man who led the Panthers all the way to the Super Bowl, where he threw 3 touchdowns and went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady in an instant classic.
Perfect throw by Jake Delhomme. Delhomme back to throw. Now sets up. Deep downfield for Muhammad. He's got it at the 30. Touchdown, Carolina.
Delhomme had a 15-year NFL career before finally hanging up his Spurs in 2011.
I love every ounce of football, but I just knew. I said, I'm done. And I said, it's time for the horses.
Delhomme traded in the locker room for the stables. but he never strayed too far from his former teammates.
So my racing stable is called Set Hut. The hound Set Hut.
All right, 80. Up.
And early on, I wanted to name the horse after something with football. I named one X-Clown after Steve Smith.
It's an honor to be on the field with you now.
Because X-Clown was the play we ran to beat St. Louis in double overtime in the divisional round of the playoffs.
Breaks free, touchdown! Woo! And we are going to the NFC Championship game.
Steve was a little bit shorter, muscle-bound, feisty.
You don't think I'm one of the best? You better check your reference.
And the horse that I named X-Clown was the same way.
Like NFL players, some horses take time to develop, while others are stars right out of the gate.
Every year you go to auction and replenish, right? That's just kind of how the cycle goes. So we go to the Texas yearling sale, and then I see this beautiful black horse, very well bred. Violence is the dad. And it's gonna sound weird, something inside when I saw him, it was like, okay, this horse walked like a panther. He just had this walk. I said, that's Thomas Davis. When I think of physical violence on a football field, Thomas Davis played with physical violence. That was Thomas. That's who he was.
And so Thomas was so excited that I named the horse after him. And he just showed he was a special horse. And we were pointing to a race. They have Louisiana Champions Day at the fairgrounds. So early in the card, Thomas is running, and he takes a bad step, and he goes down. And you could just see it wasn't good. And you hate to say he had to be put down on the track. And you want to talk about just a gut shot, just like, you just think about what might have been. And I've never filled this stall. This stall has been empty since that day.
And Thomas's stall, he just so happened to be next to Touch in our barn.
Touch is Touch Upon a Star, the shining light of Delhomme stable.
This is Touch Upon a Star. This is the star.
And in a tragic twist of fate, Touch and Thomas Davis will forever be linked by more than just being stallmates.
So you have one of the lowest lows in your life, and then 3 hours later, Touch runs in the Classic.
Touch Upon a Star wins the Louisiana Champions Day Classic by 6.
It was excitement, but I'm not enjoying it because all you're thinking about is what happened in the last race. It's very similar to football. I can throw an interception to lose the game one Sunday, and I can throw the winning touchdown pass the next Sunday, but that's a week apart. But it just goes to show you the highest highs and the lowest lows, in the racehorse world. That happened on the same day.
Since that emotional day, Touch Upon a Star has become one of the best thoroughbreds in the southeastern United States. He participated in 19 races, finishing in the top 3 in 18 of them, and taking home the win 14 times, including the 2025 New Orleans Classic against some of the best horses in the country.
We run that day, and you're with the big boys, and you just want him to show what he can do. And sure enough, when they turn, it's like something came over me, and I was like, you're gonna have to bleep this out. I was like, oh, we're winning. You just knew it.
Touch Upon a Star, the Louisiana bred winner of the New Orleans Classic, his biggest win to date.
And then TVG grabs me for an interview. While I'm trying to give an interview, I can't catch my breath because I'd been jumping up and down from the quarter pole.
Being a local horse, everybody loves him. He's I'm out of breath, dude. I know I can't play. I can't play anymore. I promise you that.
He beat one of the better horses in the country in that race, which was a big feat because you raise one real racehorse in your lifetime. You may have some that won you a few races, but you only get one, like Touch Upon a Star, only one, and you got to take the ball and run with it.
Touch Upon a Star is preparing to run for an unprecedented 4th straight Louisiana Classic win.
This is the OTA portion of his training in football vernacular. So we're in OTAs. We're not in camp yet.
In a dream scenario, we'd love to be able to run back in the Classic in December. He's won it 3 years in a row. Love to be able to give him an opportunity to see if he could defend.
We don't like him that much. We love him. We love them all, but he's just been different.
When we return,
They're off.
and the Louisiana Champions Day Classic.
Touch runs for 4. After a year of waiting and months of training, race day is finally here for Jake Delhomme's top horse, Touch Upon a Star.
It's race day, it's game day. When I say it's game day, it's different for me. When I played a game, I was in control. I was the one that I had to worry about, and I was very quiet on game day. That was just kind of my routine. This is different. Touch is giving all signs that he's feeling normal, he's acting normal. Now he's in the stall, and we're just gonna wait around until it's time to hang the bridle and go run. I think he'll be tough. He'll run good. So Louisiana Champions Day, we have 4 racetracks in Louisiana, and each one of those tracks have their championship day. Well, this is kind of the premiere, because it is the fairgrounds. It's one of the historic tracks in the United States, and this is our showcase day for the Louisiana breds. And it's something special to be a part of it, to take part of it. I've been lucky enough. Touch has done really well the last few years. It's about the horses, right? They're the show, and yeah, it's always fun. Good. He might like that fan on him right there, knock the flies down.
If I ask your wife or your daughters, what's Jake like on race day? How would they describe it?
Not as bad as I was when I played.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Well, on race day, it's focus time. And I don't know if the horses are feeling great. They look great. They're acting like they're feeling great, but I don't know if one has a headache, right? You hope not, but you just don't know. And that's what makes this game so fun, and it's so competitive. Good, son. Good luck, boss.
Exactly.
I don't know what the other plans are going to be. See what happens. Look, I think he's doing
Get away
well.
good.
We'll see what happens. All right. He looks good. Good luck, Timmy. You hate to use that cliche, oh, the hay's in the barn, but we've done everything that we could do. Hopefully the horses feel good, and hopefully they show up, and hopefully you get the right trip. My experience when I watch him run, I think the biggest thing for me is that, you watch them, hopefully they load well in the gates. And hopefully he can break clean and get a decent run to the first turn.
Delhomme and the Louisiana Champions Day Classic, the early advantage to Touch Upon a Star.
Smooth start for Touch Upon a Star.
And hopefully Touch gives Timmy that feeling, and he has that same run that he normally brings, and we can have a good, clean trip.
So the 18-time winner, Touch Upon a Star, continues to easily lead them to a half mile from home.
And Touch Upon a Star is in charge. The 3-time winner of the Classic here, Touch Upon a Star. It is Touch Upon a Star with the superior strides into this final fairgrounds furlong. He's pulled clear.
As they come for home in the Louisiana Champions Day Classic, Touch Upon a Star, he's pulled clear from sipping on gin by better than 6 lengths. Touch Upon a Star, His Eminence in the Classic.
Stupid. Make sure everybody comes in. Coming into today, he was the heavy favorite, but you never take anything for granted in this game, and I'm counting my blessings right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was looking at you, I said, let me figure out what's coming.
Hey, great job. He was good, huh? To win this race once is awesome. He's done it the 4th time. Thank you. He's been a dream, to say the least. Playing in the NFL for so long, it's a highly competitive game, and guys have trouble finding that fix when they're over and done with. Thank you. Well, for me, this is it. There's just something about the outside of a horse that's good for the inside of a soul. That's the thing that I love about it.